This is First and Ben.
Good evening, everybody. Hope you're all having a good day. For anyone new to this channel and podcast, my name is Ben Garcia, and thanks for listening to today's episode. And welcome back to episode 3 of my podcast, First and Ben. Today is Wednesday, July 15th. And if I sound a little off or anything, it's because I just got home from donating blood and it's been another long, hot July day. It seems like we missed the spring here, at least, as April into May was fairly cool. And once July and June hit, it's been the upper 80s and 90s basically every day. Anyway, I want to welcome a special guest to the podcast. He is a rising junior from St. Bonaventure on their Division I baseball team. Plays outfield for the Bonnies as he made 6 starts, driving in 1 run and working 6 walks in the shortened 2020 campaign. Once my middle school basketball rival from Chalfont, Pennsylvania and Central Bucks South High School. Please welcome Ben Berger. Ben, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. It's always great to be here.
I also want to add that Ben was a part of the 2020 Intramural Basketball Championship team, the baseball team, at St. Bonaventure. And with how things are looking, honestly, if we don't have another season, we might be another year of intramural champs. I don't know.
We were for sure powerhouses, and we were a force to be reckoned with.
I'm sure nobody wants to smoke, especially after the one varsity basketball player who got pissed off in that one game the one night.
Yeah, that was something else, but we found a way to win, and we're champs.
Yeah, looking to get another banner up in the Richter Center by the time we're done. Well, I guess we'll see. Today, I have a variety of different topics to go into, and these topics include the debate of Andy Reid's status of being a Hall of Fame caliber coach, what makes up a good tailgate, college football versus college basketball at schools, the best Jersey Shore location, and would you rather back up in the NFL or back up in the NBA? If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, it's just Ben Garcia, and follow my Instagram accounts, my personal Ben_Garcia3, and my content account is at Garcia.studios. I post pictures, I take videos, and I was just at lacrosse tryouts the other day, and I posted some pictures and videos from that, so be sure to check that out. And also go give Ben a follow on Instagram at benberger22. And so with that, let's get started. So, being a fellow Birds fan, and Andy Reid can never get us that Super Bowl title. How do you feel about Big Red?
I loved Andy Reid personally, loved him in Philly, loved what he did in Kansas City. I really wish he could have stuck it through, and we wouldn't have had to deal with Chip Kelly and all that nonsense. But overall, I think he's a great coach. I think he's going to do some great things with Patrick Mahomes. He's run a great offense, and I really like what he did.
Yeah, his time in Philly really frustrated me. Once he left. Because I just always wanted a title so badly. He got us to so many NFC Championship games. Obviously, we were really young when that happened, but then that Super Bowl against the Patriots and could never pull through. And then when he left and went over to Kansas City, my initial reaction was I didn't want him to win one because I was so heated that he could never pull one out with us. And then we got stuck with Chip Kelly, who I also thought was going to be a good coach and absolutely sucks as an NFL coach. But
yeah, at the time, I thought it was a good move because obviously as Philly fans, we're always on edge. We always want to win. Like, it's such a hard city to coach and play in. Like, you really have to be like that type of person to deal with the Philly fans, and they're going to get on you if you don't win.
Yeah, that's definitely high expectations even before the Super Bowl to come in and win. What do you think about Pat Mahomes' new contract?
It's something else. It's record-breaking, obviously. It's going to set a new standard for top-tier quarterbacks. And, he deserves it. He's a great player. He's worked really hard for it. and they rewarded him, and yeah, so he got what he deserved. So
Yeah. Yeah, my only thing is I don't know how much cap room they're going to have down the
yeah,
road.
they're going to be locked up for a long time for sure. So it'll be interesting what they do with moves wise, like front office, and if they can keep that team intact.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely going to be the big thing for them to watch out for. And on my Instagram, I did do a poll of Andy Reid. Is he a Hall of Fame caliber coach when he's done? Is he not? Does he need more championships and Super Bowls to be able to get a spot in Canton, Ohio? And it was fairly dominant, more than I expected. 84% of people said yes, and 16% said no. And honestly, the people looking back who said no were Jets fans, Ryan Burns from St. Bonaventure Lacrosse, and Giants fans, my dad and other people. But yeah, I have to agree that, in my opinion, I believe Andy Reid is a Hall of Fame coach.
I think when you like factor in everything and like his future, I think he's definitely got a lot more in the tank as a coach, and he's definitely got an opportunity to win 2-3 more Super Bowls in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as they keep that like a good core based around Pat Mahomes. I mean, he's just such a stud that he just needs some good receivers, unlike Nelson Aguilar, that can catch the ball when thrown it to him, doesn't alligator his arms. They'll be fine for the future, and I can see them winning a couple more chips possibly.
Absolutely.
And then with that, we roll into topic number 2. And being from Philadelphia, we're some pretty passionate fans. And part of that is tailgates. So you've probably been to a couple Eagles, Sixers, and Phillies tailgates. So in your opinion, what are some must-haves at a tailgate?
Tailgate, yeah. My number one thing, other than like grilling, I'd say the cornhole. I think cornhole is a great activity. It's always fun, and it's always a good time. So like other than like grilling burgers and dogs, it's always good to have cornhole or other games like that to play in the parking lot while you're having a good time with family and friends.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we had a cornhole in our locker room at St. Bonaventure for the fall, but then we've never put it up ever since for the spring. Probably have to get that back up. But so you bring up the grill. What's your do you cook? Do you grill at all?
I do. Yeah. I like to entertain. I like to have like some friends over. We'll grill burgers and dogs and hang out. It's always a good time. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't cook to save my life. I'm terrible. I've never tried. I took cooking class. Shout out Springfield, my cooking class, and shout out Holly Kong Middle School for family consumer science back in the day. But yeah, really all I can do, probably chicken parm, French toast, banana bread. That's all. I can't work with a grill at all. Man, do you like burgers or dogs better?
I was originally dogs, but burgers are definitely growing on me. They're definitely, but I usually like to go like one of each. So
I feel you.
get a good mixture.
Yeah, I was the same way. Growing up, I would always just want a hot dog, but yeah, I've grown into a bacon cheddar cheeseburger has been my go-to. If I get Five Guys, get a bacon cheeseburger, grilled onions. Might get some slack for this, but barbecue sauce on it. And I didn't know until I got to Hartford last year, because they don't have it in the one in Doylestown at the Five Guys, that some Five Guys make milkshakes.
Yeah, they're known for some of the places, I think.
Yeah, I had no idea until I got there last year, and like we went out to Five Guys, a couple of the guys on the lacrosse team, and they got milkshakes. I'm like, what the hell do you mean there's milkshakes here? They slap.
Yeah.
Those
One of the things I love, though, I love Philly sports, love tailgating those games, but I got a bunch of buddies at Penn State, and those Penn State football tailgates, they're second to none. They're high energy. Everyone's into it. Like it's something else. If the viewers haven't been to a Penn State tailgate, it's a must go to.
That's one game. I have like a bucket list of games that I want to go see. Like before I die, Penn State's one of them. Like a Penn State, maybe Michigan or Ohio State night game tailgate for that.
Yeah, those games are huge. The crowd's fired up. It's a cool atmosphere.
Yeah, they look absolutely nuts. Still never been. Got so many buddies. I was supposed to go this fall break, but obviously now it's canceled. So this is all making me pissed off. But that's definitely one tailgate I got to go to for sure. So then moving on, kind of a quicker episode today. I literally came up with these topics when I got home from the blood drive. I completely forgot I needed some. Number 3. So being at Bonaventure, we're a smaller school. We don't have football. For those who don't know, St. Bonaventure did have football back in like the early to mid 1900s. We do have a Hall of Famer, I think. Yeah, a Hall of Famer in the NFL Hall of Fame from St. Bonaventure. He was a quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Can't remember his name. But he is in the Hall of Fame, even though we don't have football anymore. But we do have a strong basketball team and a strong basketball fan base. I mean, that's something that I really looked for when I was transferring schools. They just didn't really have too much support at the basketball games at Hartford. They weren't bad, but I just wanted a little more like hoorah and like school spirit. Wanted to go to the games. Funny, me and a kid from the lacrosse team at Hartford, we were at a game, like barely any students there, and they came into the student section. They picked me and him. They said, during the next time out, you guys are going to go shoot a free throw. So we had to go out there on the court, but there's nobody there, and we shot a free throw, and we both made it. And they're like, okay, we kind of ran out of prizes, but here's a gift card to like a local pizza place. But then you compare that to the St. Bonaventure basketball games. I mean, those are unreal. Like the night games in the RC.
Yeah, Mark Schmidt's done a great job there. He really turned over that program and made it a powerhouse in Western New York. And you see they get great crowds. It's always packed. The students are always jumping up and down. So it's a great place to play in as a player, and it's like a great atmosphere to watch a game. It's like it's the whole experience.
Yeah, definitely. Now, comparing them, so since we have a pretty good mid-major program, what would you rather have? Would you rather have a college football team that's maybe like a Sun Belt team? No, probably don't have anybody listening from a Sun Belt school, but their football is pretty bad and doesn't get many fans. So would you rather have a very mediocre college football team but still get like that college football game day, or would you rather have like a strong mid-major basketball team like St. Bonas?
I think I'd have to go with the basketball team. Even though as much as I love football, I miss tailgating all my friends who go to Penn State or they go to Temple or like some of these other bigger schools. They get that tailgate, but I feel like at some of those schools where they're not that great, they're not going to get as many fans. So I think Friday night in the RC in December against VCU or against one of the other teams in the A10, St. Louis or Dayton, like I don't think you can pass that up. So I think definitely a strong mid-major basketball team, and I love March Madness. I follow very closely. I always do a bracket, so I definitely say basketball.
Yeah, I agree. I just feel like having a strong just team to go see basketball or football is a lot more fun than to go to an atmosphere or just a team that doesn't really do as well. Not a lot of people want to go to the games because maybe they're not playing the top teams. Maybe they're not just doing well that year. And that's why Bonas is just like such an underrated program and school, because what I also found was from 2001 and 2016, the Riley Center was named one of the toughest places to play in the nation, voted by ESPN and fans and analyst Jay Billis. And I think that's just all part of that, college experience, getting to go out with the boys on a Friday night, go see Dayton play, like a nationally ranked Dayton team come into the RC. Obi Toppin, or whatever his name is, come in. Fats Russell from Philly, him come in. And I just think that's just, you can't really top that. And it's just so much fun.
Yeah, you look at the RC, there's only like 5,500 seats in the RC. So you're packing that place up. Like some other bigger arenas, like if we had a big arena, I don't think it would be as good as a home court advantage as we do, because it's like a smaller gym. It's still it's a big feel, but it's like a smaller gym. The whole town's in there and all the students, and it's just like a cool place to be in.
Yeah, definitely. And then the fans are just like right there on the court, where in football, you're so far away from the field, and then it's not in like a dome where all that noise just right there and keeps it in. So, and you don't have like the students in like behind the basket and everything. So then going on to my next topic number 4 for today, being Philly boys, everybody here loves to go down the shore, whether it's Avalon, Wildwood Crest, Stone Harbor, Cape May, wherever it is. So I've only been down twice. Senior week, we went down to Wildwood. That was an experience. It was my first time. And then just like 2 or 3 weeks ago, my family, we went down to Wildwood Crest. And I have friends that are in Avalon, so I've been down there once last summer. So do you go anywhere down the shore? Do you have a shore house?
Yeah, actually, we just bought a house in Wildwood. It's always a good time to go down there. Originally, we went to Ocean City, New Jersey. We would rent down there. So that's very like family oriented. And then senior week, we went to Ocean City, Maryland. But I definitely like Ocean City, New Jersey, and Wildwood. Those are like my 2 top ones. Like I went there the most as a kid. And there's like a lot to do in Wildwood. The boardwalk's awesome, and there's just like a lot of cool like places to go to eat and stuff like that. So it's always a good time.
Yeah, I completely forgot you were down there the last 2 days. I was down Wildwood Crest. Yeah, it was pretty fun. Yeah, Wildwood definitely has a lot to do. For someone that, like myself, that always feels like I need to be doing something, or else I just get bored and will wander. Wildwood definitely gives you something to do. Ton of places to eat, ton of things to do. Mini golf, go to the beach for hours. Unfortunately, some of those rides were closed. Like some things just on the boardwalk were closed when I was there. But every other year they're open. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun to do. I haven't been to Ocean City, New Jersey. Yeah, I was supposed to go up visit a friend, but I wasn't able to.
Okay, yeah. But the good thing about Wildwood is the beach is free. Like you go to Ocean City, New Jersey, you have to have like tags and stuff like that in Avalon. Like those are all really nice beaches, but Wildwood is like free beaches. So like anyone, if you want to make a day trip or anything, you just go down there.
Yeah, completely forgot about the tag part and those other parts. That is annoying. Yeah, because before all I had been to were beaches in Florida, Virginia Beach, and obviously those are all free.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like they need to make those beaches down the shore open to everybody and not require passes.
Did you go on the water at all or not?
I went up to like my knees. It was pretty cold. Yeah, but I went in the water a little bit. Still would prefer the warmer water of down south, but there was no way I was going down. We were going down.
Yeah, but I think like this year the water's been a lot warmer than past years. Like last year the water was really cold, so I think it's definitely an adjustment. But yeah, it's I love being down there. I love being at the beach. I'm actually heading down this weekend, so it should be fun.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a big spot for kids in this area. Go down to that to Jersey Shore. And then the final topic. Sorry, my stuff from my blood drive is ripping up in my arm. The final topic for discussion for tonight is a would you rather. So, as we talked about Patrick Mahomes getting that big $500 million contract, almost like basically $500 million for the next 10 years with the Chiefs. And the NBA, they don't make as much money, but it's not as grueling and not as big of a sport with as much money as the NFL. So if you had the option to be a backup in one of those two leagues, doesn't matter the position, kind of has to be like similar. So I guess like if you could be a backup quarterback or like receiver in the NFL or a backup like point guard in the NBA, but you're making the same salary, so salary is not a difference. Which league would you rather be a backup in?
That's a tough one. Personally, I like playing basketball a lot more than football, so I'd probably go with the basketball option. I always loved playing basketball. As you know, we played against each other since we were 8, and so I definitely think basketball.
Yeah,
I'd love to be a backup guard.
yeah, I feel that. My friends and I would always like growing up. I was a quarterback. So we would always talk like jokingly about what if we were in the NFL or whatever, and my basketball friends, what if we were in the NBA? That was always a goal of mine. So yeah, I would say I would agree with the basketball part, because also when you look at football, even if you're a backup, like if you're the quarterback, you don't get hit in practice. So let's say you're a running back or a receiver, you're still going to be, especially a lineman, you're going to be thrown in there and be getting hit. You don't get as hit as much, probably, I don't know, as in college football practices than NFL, just because you have to it's more, you'd rather have the starters in the NFL. They're better than starters in college. So, and it's just so more grueling football than basketball. So if you go out there, you're just going to be getting hit for hours upon hours, where in basketball, if you're a backup, what's the worst? You're going to be running sprints for not doing well and maybe get hit hard on a layup. Other than that, you're not going to be throwing elbows at each other all practice. So I would have to agree with the basketball part.
Absolutely.
And with that will wrap things up for today's episode. Again, make sure to follow our social media. I'll have them listed in the description below. Hope everyone has a good day. Thanks, Ben, again for joining me on today's episode, and I'll see you on the next episode of First and Ben.
Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.